kababayan, kapwa nating OFW, pumunta ka dito, nandito ka na lang din, maximize, lakasan mo yung loob mo. Maraming potentials dito, maraming opportunities. You just have to find your niche. Gusto mo yung kung ano yung talent mo, i-enhance mo pa, and then don't limit yourself.
The Global Filipino magazine, where we feature successful, inspiring stories of our expats here in the United Arab Emirates, also here in Abu Dhabi. Our guest for these episodes, we must say, I very involved at the same time the team behind numerous successful events here in Abu Dhabi. Recent events that we had was the Kilang Pinoy Awards, where sila po yung team kung papaano naging success yung event na yun po. Bukod po doon, they've been in the events industry for numerous years, and it's just not enough for me to describe because they have international accreditations. The co-owners of Timeless Elegance Event Management, Ms. Helen Andrade, and of course, Mr. Brian Campos.
Good day.
Maraming salamat po. I know you're not used to be in front of the camera. Lagi po kayong behind the camera, Miss Helen and Mr. Brian. But thank you so much for agreeing on this interview because we thought ang ganda po ng story ninyo being, we must say, successful in the events industry. Miss Helen, please walk us through when you decided to finally put up your own business, Timeless.
Yes, I came to UAE way back 2010 and I work in an advertising company, a group of advertising company. So I worked there for 7 years until I realized that one job income is not enough for me, having a family and kids. So I tried to search for a community, an organization, until I found out that I can do styling using my connections, using my experience in advertising. So I found them, I met them, and we handled our first wedding.
This was way back
2015.
2015.
So we tried first doing freelance events, and then hanggang sa dumami siya.
Parang may pera dito.
Dumami siya. Hindi pa kami nag-resign. Hindi pa ako nag-resign that time. Nagkaroon lang. Parang tinrabaho muna namin yung legality ng business.
Correct.
Yung paano ba patakbuhin yun in terms of tamang pamamalakad, tamang structure. Hanggang sa bigla na lang siyang lumaki and I woke up.
Yeah, doing like multiple and international events po. No? I believe
Then
you
nag-resign ako.
Yes, you handle po the pre and post event. Kina Sir Brian po yung like
Yung production.
yung
Production.
Sir Brian, tell us the creatives. Paano po yung involvement? Paano po yung how does it work?
So, it works from LEN. So, coordinating with the clients and talking about of what they require, sa kung ano ba yung isasubmit namin to them and how they visualize the events itself, no? So, technically, from our end is gagamitin talaga namin kung the approach of being creative kasi it's not for you to satisfy yourself. It's satisfy the eyes of other people. So, that's the most difficult thing in doing creatives. Kasi, when you're in this type of business, we started something na gusto ko tong gawin kasi I like sa mata ko.
Passion.
Yes.
But in the end of the day, when you're doing business, it's not that way.
It should be the client.
It should be the client's eyes. It should be the people's eyes, the public eyes, not your eyes. So yun yung i-consider mo. When you do advertisements, you do event highlights, and we do everything.
Earlier when we were like having a pre-interview, you shared about like you are the only full Filipino team na you're doing international events which is handling like foreigners like other than non-Filipinos. Can you like share that experience po?
Yes, we are happy and humbled to share that Timeless Elegance Event Management usually handle the first and how you call this prestigious event in Abu Dhabi, like the Firefighter Challenge way back 2016, the first international boat show way back 2019, the rest of the big events in Abu Dhabi.
Government events, corporate.
Corporate, yes. Mainly Timeless is 90% corporate.
Yes.
90% government institution clients. Receiving all those contracts and job LPOs is not easy. You have to go through a lot of registration process, documentation, proper paperwork, which is really not an easy job to overcome.
Correct. Because this is an expertise. This is your expertise, Miss Helen, no? Si Sir sa production po, how is it dealing with international clients?
Yeah, at first it's a big adjustment. And way back 2015, 2016, we started, when we were do freelancing, but we handled Etihad. That's one of big projects that we had before. It was really challenging kasi at that time, hindi mo, alam mo yung that time, wala pa kasi talaga masyadong gaya namin na gumagawa.
Correct.
So, as a part of being a Filipino, dapat i-prove mo sarili mo na you're worth it, na hinire nila.
Yes.
So, not like today na a lot of creators.
For-
During that time is talagang you have to be separate from others. So, you have to show na this is what you're capable of doing. And during those times then na kailangan mong ipakita to convince them, the other nationality, that this is the new one. Those were the times. Kasi nung panahon, their highlights is very simple and flat.
Yes.
Yung panahon. But you have to share to them na may bago ngayon, may bagong perspective into creative side.
Yes.
So doon nag-evolve. So yun, nag-start
Dapat
doon.
na up to trend
Mahirap
kayo?
kasing baguhin yung traditional.
Traditional kasi dito.
approach. So, para mo mas sila ma-entice with the new things, with the new approach, kailangan mong patunayan sa sarili mo. At the same time, Filipino tayo.
Correct.
Andun na yung challenge na if you're a Filipino, you have to
Prove yourself a
prove
lot.
yourself a lot. Sabi ko nga sa'yo, may pinagdaanan kami na
Marami.
Discrimination.
hindi ko masasabing
We cannot-
discrimination, pero ang pinagdaanan namin is in a tender presentation, a series of companies. Parang, I have to bring a lot of these documents to prove my worth, to
Yes,
prove my
portfolio,
capacity, my
no?
ability. Whereas my other competitor is just like, because they are British or they are other nationals, like, just do it.
Correct,
But I
oo.
have to prove a lot of things before I get the job.
That's
Kasi nga daw, Filipino lang ako.
exactly.
Yes.
You still got the job. Nasa
we
inyo.
still
Kayo,
got the
kayo yung
job.
naka...
Yes, kami yung nakakuha ng project and we are proud and happy for that one and we deliver everything. Like,
True. Nakaka-proud po yung mga ganito na because, our nationality, being Filipino, that we can do the job. Maganda
Yes.
po yung ganon. And not only that, because Timeless, we're also in, may mga involvement kayo may CSR po kayo, no? Can you share that story?
yes, way back before the pandemic, Timeless Elegance Event Management do the CSR for Emirates Autism Center. So we handled their Special Olympics, we handled their exhibit in Al-Wada Mall, we opened the, there is an Autism Month for UAE, and we celebrated that one in Mushrif Mall.
Yes.
And we also have the stage play
Correct.
in Abu Dhabi Theater, which everything, like the skills, the services of the Timeless, has been provided
Yes.
for them.
And
that's
this is pure voluntary.
voluntary,
Wow,
no
opo.
fee. So, kasi pag-registered ka ng government, you have to do such thing also. It is a
Correct.
prerequisite, it is a requirement for you to do CSR because you are a legit company in UAE. So parang ano bang contribution mo sa bansang ito?
Yes.
Parang you benefited a lot from this country and you also have to give. And Emirates Autism Center was a big choice, a good choice for the company kasi those are special needs and it's really a challenging one to shoot them, to tell them that this is what you have to.
Yes.
Hindi siya madali. Hindi
May
siya
instead,
madali.
kailangan
Oo.
nyo din mag-instruct, no? Sir, what about that CSR sa Philippines din? Meron po tayong...
Yeah, our CSR is not totally, even wala na kaming pera during pandemic.
Yes.
We
yes,
still
yes.
we still have the chance to extend the help, no?
Yes.
We send some relief in Leyte and somewhere na merong calamity during that time kasi nagkasabay-sabay yun. So we managed to send something sa and the same time here sa UAE, kahit wala na kaming pera, but meron din
True,
kaming
because of the pandemic.
meron din kasi talagang nagtatap na mapoprove mo na you don't need money to help.
Yes.
Meron naman pala mga ganon. So,
That's beautiful.
Actually, nagsimula lang yun sa ube pandesal.
oo, so
Namigay kami.
namigay kami ng tinapay, namigay kami ng mga spaghetti,
Nagluto
nag-iikot-ikot kami.
ikot kami, door to door.
Tapos at merong nakapansin, sabi niya, tutulungan nyo naman kami to distribute ng mga relief goods. So, nag-volunteer naman kami doon. So, ikot-ikot kami, Hamdan, Electra, nag-iikot kami ng mga groceries. So, yun, medyo yung nakakatawa kasi may mga kakilala din kaming pulis na syempre bawal yun eh.
Yes.
Bawal naman yun dito.
Sharing, the message of that is still sharing, no?
Sharing,
Sabi nyo nga po, hindi
sharing
kailangan.
even if you don't have
Yes,
anything.
opo. Hindi mo kailangan ng pera para tumulong. Opo. Now, you also have like shared about empowerment, self-empowerment na apart from like having like side hustles, you should not. Can you like tell that self-empowerment?
Self-empowerment. Masyado siyang actually hindi ko talaga hindi ko siya masyadong ginagamit as empower something kasi parang for me it's a big word.
Okay, yes.
If a big word, parang sila yun ng mga influencer. Tayo lang tayo.
Yes,
Simpleng yanong tao lang tayo. Simpleng tao lang tayo. Nandito lang tayo, nagtatrabaho lang tayo ng maayos at mahinahon at matahimik.
Yes, yes.
Parang lang, meron kaming set of friends and group na tinitrain namin to not just rely on one job income. Na kailangan mo dito sa abroad, kailangan mo madiskarte. Kailangan mong maghanap ng iba pang pagkakakitaan, especially if you have the Facebook, if you have Instagram, na kailangan mong pagkakitaan yung social media platform mo. May mga kagrupo kaming sinusubaybayan, tinitrain, inaalagaan, and then at the same time, ayaw kasi namin parang okay naman yung, parang binigyan namin ng twist yung financial literacy. Kasi
Yes.
parang pag you educate someone, but you have to walk the talk. Kailangan mong, para ka din maging equipped, you have to educate yourself. You have to
Yes.
have more certification, you have to learn again. So, meron kami mga scholars na recently nakapag-produce kami ng 8 scholars under PSSP, which is the Health and Safety Professional
Correct,
something.
yes.
And this year, inshallah, may awa ang Diyos, meron kaming caregivers, a set of caregivers, which is yung nabanggit ko, which is in
Filipino Institute,
Filipino
yes.
Institute. So, Dubai pa lang yung na-confirm namin, but we also have here in Abu Dhabi. So, yun lang. Parang maliit siya na kaya lang kailangan mong i-push sila na mag-aral ka pa. May
Correct,
time ka
correct,
naman
opo,
If
yes.
you have time na warla-warla dyan, i-aral mo na lang.
Oo
So,
nga po,
na-equip mo
yes.
pa yung sarili mo. Then, kung mag-caregiver ka, you can move to another country if you want. So, parang
Maganda
ganun
po yun,
lang.
maganda po yung mga ganong klase ng advocacies, I must say, no, that you you just need to improve yourself as well.
In addition to that, kasi sa creative side, kami din is we are willing to teach everyone with regards
yes.
to kung ano yung gusto nilang matutunan.
Last 2 questions po. This question is for both of you. First question is that what will be your message to our kabayans na who just started their career, who just came here, probably are struggling with their chosen career or like probably lost in their path? Let's go with Miss Helen first. Like ano po yung mga masasabi mo dun sa mga kabayan natin dito sa UAE?
Ayun, siguro masasabi ko dun sa mga kababayan, kapwa ating OFW, pumunta ka dito, nandito ka na lang din, maximize. Kasi pagka galing tayo ng Pilipinas, ang kalaban natin homesick. Parang, at dito, hindi madali ang buhay dito. Masarap ang buhay sa Pinas, may malaking bahay ka, may garden ka, may farming ka, whatever, dito maliit lang ang space. Siguro kailangan lang lakasan mo yung loob mo. Maraming potentials dito, maraming opportunities. You just have to find your niche. Gusto mo yung kung ano yung talent mo, i-enhance mo pa. And then don't lean into meeting people, find with an organization with common interests.
Yes.
Diba? Kasi lagi mong naniniwala kasi ako doon sa environment. Kung ano yung environment mo, ganun din yung kaaanuhan mo.
Yes.
Yung magiging improvement mo. Kung ang environment mo is ganito, magiging ganito ka lang din.
That's Sir Brian?
Ang masasabi ko lang is hindi naman natatapos yung buhay mo kung ano yung meron ka ngayon.
Yes.
Success is just nearby.
True. Coming to that, last question for both of you. Given the experience that you had, the things that you've done and achieved, how do you define success?
Still a work in progress.
Yes. Why is it like a work in progress?
Kasi I still have to achieve more. I still want more. I'm still planning for more. Hanggat hindi ko siya naaabot, hindi pa yung success.
Correct. Yes.
Pero in terms of contentment,
That's
I'm okay.
all right.
kontento naman kami. Dito na yung mga anak ko.
Yes, opo.
Buo yung pamilya ko. So, masaya na kami doon.
That's beautiful. That's your definition of success. Sir Brian?
It's for you to define your own success. So, if you find it na masaya ka na ngayon, then that could be the success for you, no? But for me, it's a continuous process. It's a day-to-day life na kailangan mong i-achieve from day-to-day basis. Because if you don't have an initiative to look for success, hindi ka nakakain sa isang araw. Alam mo yun?
Yes.
Magugutom ka. That's how
You define it.
how you define success.
All right. I think, mga ka-global, that would be the conclusion of the inspiring story of Miss Helen Andrade and Sir Brian Campos. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
you.